Torii. You've probably seen one in most tourist photos. But have you ever seen a floating one? The one stands on Japan's most sacred island. And for nearly 400 years, it has been seen as the country's 3 most scenic views. Itsukushima. The island lies just off Hiroshima, less than 2 hours away by public transport. We took the Sanyo line from Hiroshima to Miyajima Station, then boarded a ferry to the island. From the moment we arrived, Itsukushima revealed a story, one of light and shadow, sacred devotion, and human ambition. Itsuku means purification, and Shima means island. It's also known as Miyajima, with Miya meaning shrine. Set against the slopes of Mount Mason, Itsukushima is believed to be protected by the goddesses who guard the nation and the surrounding seas. These deities are the 3 Munakata goddesses: Ichikishima Hime, Takori Hime, and Takitsu Hime. They were born from a divine vow between Amaterasu, the sun goddess, and her brother Susanoo, the storm and sea god. To understand the origins of Itsukushima Shrine, we return to the beginning of the world. The creator god Izanagi and Izanami, siblings and spouses, shaped the world, creating the islands of Japan and countless other deities. The tragedy came early. Izanami died giving birth to the fire god and descended to Yomi, the underworld. Izanagi followed but did not stay. Upon returning, he purified himself in the sea. From his left eye emerged the sun goddess. From his right eye, the moon god. And from his nose, the storm and sea god. These 3 would come to rule the heavens, the night, and the seas. Yet, Susanoo refused his father's command to govern the seas. He longed to reach Yomi to find his mother. His grief shocked the natural world, and he was banished. Before departing, he visited Amaterasu one last time. Unsure of his intentions and fearing he might seize the heavens, she proposed an oath. They exchanged treasured possessions. Amaterasu took Susanoo's sword, washed, baked, and breathed upon it, creating the 3 Munakata goddesses. Susanoo created 5 gods in return. These deities were entrusted to each other. In time, the 3 goddesses sought places to be enshrined. They visited Itsukushima and met Saki Kuramoto, who governed the island, had received an oracle from them, requesting that a shrine be built. As constructions required imperial approval, Kuramoto submitted a petition, explaining that it was the will of the goddesses. And there was proof. Thousands of crows carrying sakaki branches descended from the heavens, a sign the imperial court recognized as divine approval. Later, when selecting the shrine's exact location, a sacred crow carrying a dango, said to be a heavenly messenger, flew from Mount Mason, crossed the island, landed near the beach, and vanished. Kuramoto understood instantly. This was the place. In 593 AD, the foundation of Itsukushima Shrine was laid. Over the centuries, its structures changed and expanded. The Torii we see today was rebuilt in 1875, and in 1909, its color shifts from natural wood to vibrant red. Up close, the silhouette plaque read like this, while the shrine facing side read like that, the island's ancient name. Also depicted in an Edo period drawing, both inscriptions were written by Prince Arisugawa Takehito. On the Torii's eaves, the sun is painted on the eastern side, the moon on the western. From ancient Japan, the northeast was considered the demon gate, a pathway for evil spirits. The sun atop the main beam acts as a protective seal, while the moon on the opposite side provides yin-yang balance, symbolizing cosmic harmony. These motifs also appear in the island's lamp designs. Since ancient times, Itsukushima has been considered as a sacred island where a goddess lives. The dead on the island are regarded as messengers of the goddess, and humans were not allowed to live here until the Kumakura period. Because the entire island was considered the body of deities, certain taboos emerged. Events connected with blood such as births and deaths were prohibited. Burials in cemeteries were banned, and farming was forbidden until after the war. This sacred understanding also explains why the shrine was built out over the sea, rather than on the land itself. As you climb Mount Misen, you will encounter Buddhist temples established by Gukai. The monk returned from religious training in China and became one of Japan's most influential figures. Within one temple lies the Hall of the Spiritual Flame, home to the Eternal Flame, said to have burned since 806 AD. Water boiled over this flame is believed to possess healing powers. The same flame later ignited the Flame of Peace at Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park. Over the centuries, Itsukushima evolved into a sacred site where Shinto and Buddhism intertwined, a common feature across Japan since Buddhism arrived in the 6th century. Shrines were attached to temples, and temples to shrines, with deities honored across both traditions. One example is the Buddhist goddess Benzain-te, identified with Itsukushima Hime, one of the Munagata goddesses. Her name once appeared on the Torii, as she was worshipped at Itsukushima Shrine. However, during the Meiji period, the government sought to strengthen national unity by separating Buddhism from Shinto and strengthen Shinto as state religion. Benzain-te's worship was moved from the shrine to a temple on Mount Misen. With so many deities believed to dwell on the island, humans were long forbidden to live here. Yet even this sacred island developed a more complex and at times darker side. During the Heian period, Taira no Kiyomori, who established the first samurai-dominated government in Japan, his family controlling the Seto Inland Sea, expanded the shrine's pavilions in 1168 to pray for safe voyages. They also introduced Kyoto culture, including court music and dance, to the island. As maritime transport flourished, Itsukushima's sacred fame began to attract visitors. By the Edo period, the Asono clan, lord of Hiroshima, transformed the island into a bustling commercial hub. Theaters, kabuki, sumo, and loads of events drew crowds. Lotteries were also popular activities in Itsukushima. A lottery system authorized by temples, shrine, or the government, often served as a fundraising tool, frequently used to finance the repair of buildings. People would buy a wooden token with a specific message written on it. They would then copy the message onto a piece of paper and return the token to a bucket. The organizer would later draw a token to determine the winner. Itsukushima eventually developed into an entertainment district, and alongside its prosperity, the sex trade also took root on this sacred island. At the time, brothels were legal and were located along what is today Machiya Street, now a quiet resident lane. A series of books introducing national red light districts, first published in Edo period, noted that Itsukushima had courtesans from both the local area and other provinces. At that time, there were around 10 brothels and 30 courtesans, with prices ranging from 8 to 27 monme, depending on their rank. These courtesans also worked during the daytime. Documentaries also appears in an 1842 illustrated guidebook of Itsukushima, which depicts courtesans walking through the street, identifiable by their distinctive hairstyle and attire. By the Meiji period, the government had designated Itsukushima Shrine as a mid-rank shrine. Maintaining a red light district at such a site was seen as inappropriate, and it was dismantled. However, a 1930 national guidebook cataloging red light districts throughout Japan still listed Itsukushima, recording 14 courtesans on the island who charged 1 yen 50 cents per hour. Although there's no clear source explaining why Itsukushima developed into an entertainment hub despite its sacred nature, the island today is best known for its spiritual importance and as a major tourist destination. Now UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site, Itsukushima remains one of 3 fields of Japan, where myth, devotion, and human story converge in timeless harmony.